Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be debunking one of the most common dirt bike myths of all time. Do I need to shift with a clutch? What I have right here is a constant mesh transmission. It's a 6-speed out of a 2000 Suzuki RM125. So as you can see, right here is where the clutch bolts on to the transmission, and over here is where your sprocket's going to be for your rear wheel. So first let's go over how the transmission shifts. You have gears that slide on the shaft and touch the dogs. Those are the shift dogs right there. When they engage, they're locked in place. Now how do these gears move up and down on the shafts, you may ask? The answer is shift forks and a shift drum. As you can see, the shift drum has little grooves that move up and down, and the shift forks have little teeth. They sit in there like that. I'll show you guys it in action so you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see here, the transmission's in the case half, and I have the shift forks installed in the grooves. Whenever I lift up on the shift fork, well, when the transmission's spinning, it moves the transmission up and down, shifts the gears. Now I'll go ahead and put in the shift drum and the shafts, and you can see it in action. Now everything's installed as the transmission should be. As you can see, whenever I turn the shift drum, it lifts up the shift fork, and in turn lifts up the gear on the shaft. It switches contact with the gears. Now the shift drum moves every time you move your shift lever up or down, and that's what changes your gears. One thing you will notice is the transmission spins all together with the unit. This is because this is a constant mesh transmission, which means that the gears are constantly making mesh no matter what gear you're in, even neutral. So as your rear output sprocket spins, the transmission is constantly spinning at the same speed. If you pull in your clutch to shift, your transmission isn't magically disconnecting itself. It's still spinning, and it's still shifting the exact same, no matter what speed you're at. Another thing I'd like to point out about constant mesh transmissions is sometimes you can get a little half shift if you don't click the shifter down all the way. It's because transmission on the shift drum needs to lock all the way into a gear. If you were to press it halfway and bring it here, let go and it comes right back out of gear. If you were to pull the clutch in and shift going, I don't know, 20 miles an hour in third gear, put it into fourth, it's doing the exact same thing as letting off the gas, shifting up into fourth, and continuing your ride. Just because you disconnect the clutch, which happens on the other side of the engine, does not mean your transmission stops spinning or somehow disconnects itself. It's perfectly fine to shift without the clutch on a constant mesh transmission. I hope this answered any sort of questions anybody had, and just let me know if you have any more. I have this engine apart until this weekend.